Hey everyone, have you ever heard about the curse of world's most famous diamond? Yes, I'm talking about Koh-i-Noor. In 1854, when India was under British colonial rule, the then Governor General Lord Dalhousie sent a 15-year-old child from Punjab to England. Lord Dalhousie believed that the mother of this child was a threat and had a bad character, so it was important to take him away from his mother. In England, this child converts to Christianity and becomes fast friends with Queen Victoria's son Edward VII. The responsibility of this child was given to the British Crown and an annual stipend was paid to him of £50,000. If you adjust it for inflation today, it would amount to 65 crore rupees per year. Actually, this child wasn't an ordinary boy. He was Prince Duleep Singh, known as Maharaja Duleep Singh as well, the last ruler of the Sikh Empire in India. Interestingly, 4 years before he was sent to England in 1849, when the British defeated the Sikhs in the battle, Lord Dalhousie had ordered the 11-year-old Duleep to surrender a diamond to Queen Victoria. This was the Koh-i-Noor Diamond. That year, it travelled 6,700 km on a ship to go to London. A legend attached to the Koh-i-Noor Diamond states that he who owns this diamond will own the world, but will also know all its misfortunes. Only God or woman can wear it with impunity. It is a superstition known as the curse of Koh-i-Noor. It is because every person who owned Koh-i-Noor had lived lives full of bloodshed, violence and betrayals. This is the most infamous diamond in the world history. There are many prevalent theories regarding the origin of Koh-i-Noor. A civil servant working for the East India Company, Theo Metcalfe, wrote in his report that according to tradition, this diamond was extracted during the lifetime of Krishna. But according to historians, the most accepted view is that this diamond was found in the Kolar mines in the Golconda region. The Golconda diamonds are found on the banks of the Krishna River on coastal Andhra Pradesh. During 18th century, this area was the only area in the world where diamonds could be found. It isn't clear who was the one to discover the Koh-i-Noor diamond and how, and historically we don't even know when was it discovered exactly. The best estimates of the historians claim that it was discovered between the years 1100 and 1300. It is believed that the first mention of Koh-i-Noor was in a Hindu text in 1306. The problem is that no one knows the name of the text, nor does anyone know who wrote it. The first written record of the mention of Koh-i-Noor was in 1526 when the first Mughal emperor Zahiruddin Babur came to India. He had written in his Baburnama that there is a diamond which is worth half of the daily expense of the whole world. It is believed that he had won the Koh-i-Noor diamond as a prize for winning a battle. The second mention of Koh-i-Noor was by Shah Jahan in 1628 when he commissioned his famous peacock throne. It took 7 years for this throne to be finished, and it was 4 times as expensive as the Taj Mahal. A large amount of precious stones and gems were used to make this throne, and Koh-i-Noor was one of them. The diamond hadn't been named Koh-i-Noor yet. In 1739, Persia's Nadir Shah invaded Delhi and defeated Muhammad Shah. Muhammad Shah was the 15th Mughal emperor, the great-grandson of Aurangzeb. Nadir Shah took many treasures from Delhi with him when he returned. 700 elephants, 4,000 camels, and 12,000 horses were used to carry all the treasures. Among these treasures was the Koh-i-Noor as well. Nadir Shah took the peacock throne with him and wore the Timur ruby and Koh-i-Noor diamond on his armband. Nadir Shah had named this diamond Koh-i-Noor because his book Tariq-e-Alam Arai Nadiri has the first reference to the diamond as Koh-i-Noor, meaning mountain of light. For the next 70 years, Koh-i-Noor remained the part of present-day Afghanistan. This is where the curse of Koh-i-Noor comes to play. That is, the owner of the diamond would own the world, but all the misfortunes will fall on him. This saying is taken from the Hindu text written in 1306. It is a superstition, but as you will see the whole story of Koh-i-Noor in the video, that it is true to some extent that this diamond is cursed. Misfortune fell on Nadir Shah on 1747 when Nadir Shah was killed by his guard and his empire collapsed. Ahmad Shah Durrani, also known as Ahmad Khan Abdali, was a member of Nadir Shah's army. He became the founder of the new Afghan empire and with it the new owner of the Koh-i-Noor diamond. William Dalrymple and Anita Anand's book tell us that the grandson of Nadir Shah, Shah Rukh Shah, had molten lead poured on his head. similar to what was shown in Game of Thrones, to find out where Koh-i-Noor was hidden. You can call it the curse of Koh-i-Noor or anything else, but there were a lot of infighting in the Durrani Empire as well. Ahmed's son Timur ran the empire adeptly, but later Ahmed's grandsons fought amongst each other for the throne. Timur's son, the third ruler of the empire, Zaman Shah Durrani, was blinded with hot needles. His brother, the fifth ruler, was Suja Shah Durrani. Suja Shah Durrani wore the Koh-i-Noor on his bracelet. In 1809, he was dethroned and he fled with the Koh-i-Noor Diamond to Lahore. There he took refuge from Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Ranjit Singh was the founder of the Sikh Empire, and in exchange for providing refuge to Durrani, he asked for the Koh-i-Noor Diamond. So this way, the Koh-i-Noor Diamond went to the Sikh Empire in 1813. Even for Ranjit Singh, Koh-i-Noor held a lot of symbolic importance. The land usurped by the Durrani dynasty was won back by him. He was known as the Lion of Lahore or the Sher-e-Punjab. He wore the Koh-i-Noor on his bicep in an armlet. Some years later, East India Company's hold over India was getting stronger. When the Britishers came to know about the death of Ranjit Singh in 1839, they also came to know of his plan to give this diamond to some Hindu priest. The British government ordered the East India Company to keep an eye on the Koh-i-Noor diamond, to continue tracking where it goes and look for the opportunity to get it for the British treasury. The British had to wait for nearly a decade. After Ranjit Singh's death in 1839, the Punjabi throne was passed on to four rulers over the next 4 years. By 1843, there were only two people left, one Ranjit Singh's wife, Rani Jindan, and the other a 5-year-old child, Prince Duleep Singh. Finally, when the Second Anglo-Sikh War ended in 1849, the East India Company ended the rule of the Punjab Empire. By then, Duleep Singh was about 10 years old. East India Company made him sign a Treaty of Lahore. As per this treaty, the Koh-i-Noor diamond was supposed to be handed over to the East India Company. Koh-i-Noor became a special possession of Queen Victoria. Interestingly, the curse of Koh-i-Noor, warning any man who owned it, also said that only a god or a woman can wear it with impunity without any adverse consequences. Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, commissioned the recutting and polishing of Koh-i-Noor in 1852 so that light could be reflected better and it could shine more. He wanted people to be mesmerized by looking at it. But due to this process, Koh-i-Noor lost 40% of its weight. It used to be 186 carats, and after the recutting and polishing, it was left with 105.6 carats. Presently, the dimensions of Koh-i-Noor diamonds are 3.6 into 3.2 into 1.3 cm, and Koh-i-Noor is now about as big as a chicken's egg. When the British got their hands on Koh-i-Noor, they too were scared of the curse of Koh-i-Noor. So the British royal family decided that they wouldn't give the Koh-i-Noor to a man. When the monarch would be male, the queen consort would be the one to wear the Koh-i-Noor. So that's why over the next years, when the British throne was passed on, Koh-i-Noor always went to the queen. Eventually, it became a part of the crown jewels. It was first put in Queen Alexandra's crown, then in Queen Mary's, and finally in 1937, it was embedded in the crown worn by the late Queen Elizabeth. Queen's funeral was held in 2002 when the crown was last seen in public. Currently, this crown and the Koh-i-Noor can be found in the Tower of London inside Jewel House. Over the last 800 years of Koh-i-Noor's history, the British monarchy has been the owner of Koh-i-Noor for the longest. Koh-i-Noor has been with them for 173 years.